Hello, welcome to the class. Today we are going to discuss microwave measurement. So first thing is that what is a microwave measurement? The measurement which is done at a microwave frequencies to calculate the different parameters like standing wave ratio, unknown impedance, frequency measurement, etc. are done at microwave frequencies that falls in the category of microwave measurements. Right. The first thing is that we have low frequency measurement as well, then why we need a microwave measurement? So at low frequency AC circuits, the basic measurement parameters are voltage, current, frequency and true power. From these measurements, the values of the impedance, the power factor and the phase angle can be calculated. However, at microwave frequencies, the amplitude of voltage and currents on a transmission line are function of distance and are not easily measurable. Therefore, at microwave frequencies, it is more desirable and simpler to measure power directly. So, we can say this is the main difference between the low frequency measurement and a microwave measurement. The low frequency measurements also uses uh, lumped impedance distribution of the parameters, whereas the microwave frequency circuit elements are distributed. The low frequency measurement techniques utilizes the circuit theory, whereas at the microwave frequencies we deal with microwaves, or we can say field theories. Unlike low frequency measurements, many quantities measured at microwave frequencies are relative and it is not necessary to know their absolute values. That means we can say at low frequencies we are able to measure the absolute value of voltage and current by calculating, or by measuring the value of voltage and current we are able to measure the absolute value of the power which is available in the circuit. But as we know that microwave transmission lines are changes, the parameters of microwave transmission line changes with the distance, then the parameters is not constant. So for the measurement purpose we use relative property. That means if we want to measure the output power, or if we want to measure the power, then we will divide the output quantity to the input quantity. So these type of measurements is known as a relative measurement. That means the output power is related with the input power, right? So these was the main difference between the low frequency measurement versus high frequency measurement or microwave measurements. So for the measurement purpose we use a setup, and that particular setup is known by microwave bench, right? The microwave bench is widely utilized at we can say laboratories to measure the insertion losses, attenuation losses, characteristics of the reflex klystron, to the to judge the characteristics of different types of microwave devices like E-plane T, H-plane T, etc. So what are the general rules, or what are the general blocks which are used to which are used in the setup of microwave bench? So the first thing is that this is the microwave generator. So first thing is that for the measurement purpose we need a source, right? In this case we need a microwave source, that is a source which generates the microwave signal. For this purpose we use gun diode, reflex klystron or backward wave oscillators, right? These type of oscillators or these type of generators are low power generators, and it is widely used to generate the microwave signal in the laboratories. So at this stage we use microwave source, gun diode, reflex klystron and backward wave oscillator. Now the output of the microwave source generator is given to the variable precision attenuator, right? So what is the function of variable precision attenuator? The function of variable precision attenuator, this one, is to provide attenuation of 0 to 50 dB. Above is insertion loss. Whatever the losses will be done from the coupling from the microwave source to the variable precision attenuator, that is known as insertion loss. Above the insertion loss, these block provide the attenuation of 0 to 50 dB, right? Next, the output of variable precision attenuator is fed to the variable flap attenuator. Now, the function of variable flap attenuator can be checked against the reading of the precision attenuator, right? Now, the output of variable flap attenuator is fed to the frequency meter. This meter is used for the direct reading of frequency. That means this is the frequency meter which provides the direct reading of the frequency which is generated by the microwave source, right? And it is slot coupled to the waveguide. Now the output of frequency meter is got to the slotted line. The slotted lines with a tunable detector is used to measure the VSWR, standing wave patterns and wavelength, etc. That means to measure the VSWR values and standing wave ratios, we use the slotted line. Here we have a device that is known as a tunable detector. So with the help of movable probe or tunable detector, we are able to find out the value of maxima and minima in the slotted line section. The output of slotted line section is fed to the crystal detector mount. The crystal detector mount is inserted in the E probe of the slotted line. This is used to detect the modulated signal. Now, the output of crystal detector goes to the terminator. So whatever is signal is coming at the microwave detector mount, that will be terminated or that will be accepted by the terminators, right? And the output of the probe is given to the standing wave indicator. Basically, this is a sensitive tuned voltage. This provides the direct reading of SWR or its equivalent value in decibel. So this was the description of a microwave bench setup. With the help of these microwave setups and by adding additional blocks, we are able to measure the different types of measurements. Like we can easily measure the frequency, whatever generated by the microwave source. Now we can also able to measure the power, right? Here there are normally three types of power is calculated. One is the low power, medium power and high power. In the next video we will discuss about how to measure the microwave powers, right? So thank you for today.